So Aneurin and Bevan Speech and Language Therapy Service provide a range of inpatient and outpatient services for adults and children with communication and swallowing difficulties across Gwent. So since COVID-19, when we shut our services face-to-face in March 2020, we rapidly moved into emergency response to prioritise patients and consider urgent care for those that need speech and language therapy in terms of their activities of daily living to ensure that communication rehabilitation was available to them and their families. We moved into virtual clinics, and we are using virtual clinics now across a number of clinical pathways. And we are also using virtual technology to help support staff in terms of staff training, staff meetings, in terms of planning for services as we mature using virtual clinics. So the challenges that staff encountered initially was the rapid change from face-to-face to virtual and getting used to clinical protocols in the virtual world. Also getting, in the emergency response, getting the initial access to appropriate IT and IT infrastructure, for instance Wi-Fi. In terms of challenges for patients, again similar difficulties in terms of accessing at home computers or Wi-Fi access, and the issues in terms of dropping in and out in terms of internet access. And obviously there's the issue with regards to digital poverty, so those families that don't have access to IT at home, and also those with significant cognitive communication impairments that find using virtual technology difficult for their communication rehabilitation. The benefits were that staff were able to respond immediately to providing urgent care for those that really needed it during lockdown. Some of the impacts then are less travel for us. And staff have also been really innovative in terms of developing video footage that they can share virtually to allow patients to self-care and self-manage at home when they can't access face-to-face clinics across Gwent. The benefits for patients, we've had some superb feedback from patients in terms of being able to access services during lockdown. We've had patients indicating the difference it's made in terms of allowing their children to progress with their talking, and adults to get the support in terms of acquired communication difficulties. So in the future, Aneurin and Bevan Speech and Language Therapy will definitely continue to use virtual clinics in a number of areas. Firstly, we will continue to use virtual clinics along some of our clinical pathways. In addition, we will also use a blended approach of virtual and face-to-face that will be particularly useful in school work across Gwent. And finally, we will be looking at the use of virtual clinics to provide groups for communication rehabilitation.